Stay tuned for another episode of the Coming Soon podcast with Spider.
Hey everybody, Spider here, Coming Soon podcast. Of course, being joined by the man out there in Converse, bro. That you're so far away, man.
Yeah, well, it feels pretty close to everything until you try to get people out here.
No, and I was gonna say too, man, because I lived in Converse years back. I was out there for like a year and a half, and I used to work at the main post office. So I would just take 1604 straight. I never had to deal with that internal traffic, and when I did, I moved out. I left.
Right.
I was
get
enough.
it.
But man, I mean, of course, when it comes to the shop you're in, man, I mean, you are what you have in your background. You are at Michael's Heart and Pins. Tell us about your establishment, bro.
So I opened up actually like a little more than 3 years ago. And initially I wanted to do a Michael Myers museum. But I was in talks with Trancas and I tried to get like rights to say, hey, this is a Halloween Michael Myers museum, but we couldn't work anything out. So for a second there, I thought that they were going to tell me I had to change my name from Michael, to be honest with you, because they think they own Halloween, they think they own everything. But anyways, so I set it up like that, and there was stuff I didn't want to sell. And when people came in, I was like, they'd say, "Oh, this is so cool. How much for this?" And I'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not for sale." And then they get all disappointed. So I'm like, "All right, you know what? I'll just treat it like a store, but I'll put the price way too high on this stuff I don't want to get rid of." So when customers came in, they'd say, "How much for this?" I'd say, "Well, you'll know by the price that I don't want to sell it, so don't get offended, but this $100 toy I want $250 for." And then they'd say, "Deal." And I'd go, "What? Are you serious?" So then slowly but surely, everybody started buying all my shit, and then it became a store. And then recently we shut down because I have other businesses, and one is hail damage repair. And I utilized the space for more technicians while the season was in full swing. But then we decided to open back up. Did we lose him? All right, this will be the Mike podcast now. I don't know if people can hear me, but I will keep talking accordingly. We opened the shop back up a couple months ago, and I decided for the first time I was going to try to get people in here and treat it like a business and try to get the word out there and get as many customers as we can get in and start advertising and all the business related stuff, which, to be honest with you, I prefer to think of this place as just like my personal toy box that gives me an excuse for people to come over and hang out. But good times, good times. Are you in there? Spider? Are you in there? This is my opportunity for my big solo career. Come on. Come on. These used to be a lot more effective when I was able to put vodka in them. Now it's just juice. Just juice. Say, Dan, my host has disappeared, but yet the podcast is still going. I think it's my show now. It's a hostile takeover. That's right. We come for your daughter. Live, hitching alive.
I was gonna tell you, brother. I could see you from my phone, but I could not get on. I don't know what's going on. But I was gonna say, if you want, you could have just taken over, brother.
Yeah, I did.
But man, I apologize, dude. I was like going crazy because my internet's working, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on. But yes, I mean, when it comes to the shop, I mean, you were planning to turn it into a museum. It didn't
Mhm.
happen. I mean, when I did go to your establishment, man, I mean, I was pretty excited, dude. It's like a man cave that we all want, bro. I mean, it was just so comfortable, so much product, dude. I mean, I was like, damn, it's just. But yeah, I mean, come to find out, I mean, most of it is not for sale, so it makes great for eye candy when it comes to when people go out there and visit, right?
Well, now everything's for sale.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I
Yeah, everything's for sale, but I tell people you'll know by the price if I want to sell it or not.
got you. There
Because
you go.
this was my collection at one point. So you have personal things like Nick Castle's laser disc that he signed over to me, his personal copy of Halloween on laser disc, and then just a lot of autograph stuff signed to me. Tony Moran, he actually was the minister at my wedding. That we actually did the wedding in here at the shop, and Tony Moran was the minister, and he had given me a bunch of stuff, and so that kind of stuff is like sentimental. And then people, I have the best customers. They come in here, they make me stuff, and they give it over, and I don't sell that stuff. But at the same time, I mean, it's 2025. Everything's got a price tag, right?
No, 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 for sure, man. I mean, I might write you a check, man. You take checks? I'll write you something, man.
Nice.
But man, of course, I mean, dude, I was out there, like I said, dude. When it came to you had the private meet and greet with the cast from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was
Yeah, that was
really
fun.
nice. So of course, there was like 5 great guests. For those that missed it, they definitely missed out. And I was overwhelmed, like I said, man. I mean, as comfortable as that place was, I'll say that. I was like, man, like I kept going back to make sure I didn't miss anything. There was a lot of few great gems. And now that I know that everything's for sale, man, I mean, I'm definitely going back. And this is going to be, I mean, not just because you have guests coming up, but to go check it out again, man. Go out there and hang out. You have pinballs in your establishment. For those that keep looking at the title, Michael's Heart and Pins. It's not, pins like badges or safety pins, but it's actual pinball machines, man. So
Yeah.
how did you incorporate that into your spot?
Okay, so in this plaza here where we're at,
Yeah.
I own the shop next door as well. So when I first leased these two places, it was exclusively to have space to do hail damaged vehicles. And then as we started to slow down and the season came to a close, all of a sudden I don't need this unit anymore. All the technicians now fit in that one. So I decided, I'm here all the time anyway. So I started bringing stuff from the house over here, and pinball machines to play and horror toys. Then I decided to start setting it up and go for the museum idea. And then it just kind of blossomed from there.
Nice. No, no, for sure. And of course, I mean, it's I mean, you've got a stage, bro. You've got pretty much everything that, I mean, you would need. There you go. Look at that, bro. Freaking beautiful.
Thank you.
And this is, I mean, of course, I mean, you guys play out there, man. You have bands that play. I mean, your band. I mean, of course, you guys. I'm sure you guys always headline.
Every Friday. Yeah, that's kind of the key to this whole thing is trying to like impose myself on as many people as I possibly can. It's funny because you got Strickland Hale Group next door,
Yeah.
and you got Michael's Horror and Pinball right here. So if you look at the building from the road, it says Michael Strickland right there. Like I might have an ego problem or something, but it's nice to have your name on something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll usually they usually come in bills when it comes to my name, but I'll take it, bro.
I get it. I get it.
But man, but of course, this next event or private screening that you have, man, tell us about what's coming up.
So I've been advertising pretty well. We've partnered up with Kings of Horror, and they've been helping me out with the advertising and getting the events set up and all that stuff. And they've done a great job promoting the Kane Hodder event. We've got Kane Hodder coming February 15th and February 16th. So he'll be here. But we have yet to announce, I'll announce it here first. Later today, I'll put up the video and everything. On February 1st, we have Danielle Harris coming in. And what's significant about that is when we did our first album, the Malicide album, she graced us with her presence on it and actually did a yell and a chant in a song called Devil's Evolution, which, yeah, which is not a satanic song. I know what it sounds like, but it's quite the opposite, But yeah, she appeared on that, and then we decided, we're getting some records coming for this album, and this would be an opportunity to get her in here, and she can sign some of them for me and stuff like that, so I could sell them later or possibly keep all of them. I wouldn't care if I got stuck with them. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, man, they'll probably go back on that wall where with the right price, you go up there and grab them, man.
Exactly. But yeah, we're real pumped about that. She'll be here on the 1st of February, and she'll stay until the line's gone.
Nice,
but we're going to be announcing VIP opportunities and things like that, which I do recommend, because in this shop, as you know, it's a decent sized shop for what it is, but it's still a finite amount of space. You know what I mean? So, and the fire department gave me a really ridiculously low certificate of occupancy that I can have in here, right? And so technically, we'll have to start lining people up outside and letting them in groups at a time. So if you want 86 standing outside, which I would always recommend, then you want to get the VIP for sure, because that one's gonna be busy. We've already sold quite a few.
No, you see, and I was gonna say too, man, I've actually met her twice, and yeah, she gets a line, bro. She gets a lot of traffic. So yeah, for those watching this, definitely. I mean, they contact you guys through your website, Facebook, Instagram, all of the above.
Yeah. So michaelshorrorandpins.com. We have under the events section. That's where you could pick up the VIP packages and things like that. We still got a handful of the Kane Hodder VIPs left, not a ton. And we got the Danielle Harris ones up there. So they're up there on the website ready to roll. We just haven't put it out there yet till now.
There you go. No, you see, and let me ask you, bro, because of course, like you said, I mean, because of the occupancy, you can only have so many people in there. So how is it going to work? I mean, are people going to still be able to hit the shop and then go to the back by the stage to meet her?
Yeah. No, that's the plan. We definitely want, part of this is not only getting people to the table for her, it's also like to get people into the shop and start putting the shop in their regular rotation. And of course, getting them in here, letting them look at stuff, and them getting to go around the shop and do their thing. And like I said, you could play pinball machines. We got Mortal Kombat machines. We got all kinds of stuff in here. And I even got the original Halloween game on Atari. And I got it set up on a TV back there for anybody who wants to try the original Halloween Atari game, which is a classic. I would love to have it. I would love to have that thing like on display and ready for people to just come grab the controller and start playing. But that music, man, it was nonstop. So we have to turn the TV off and just let people know it's there, because after like 6 minutes, you're ready to kick the TV off the display.
Man, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, and I mean, of course, you were going for that Halloween museum theme, but yeah, that's too much, right?
Yeah,
man.
And it's bad enough we got the Halloween pinball machine that when you walk by it, it starts doing some heavy breathing and people freak out like they're not expecting it. And I got it set extra loud so it jump starts them. It's kind of fun to watch.
Man, and, I know the day we went, I actually got to play it. Some of the guys, of course, jumped on the other ones, and that, I mean, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, I grew up in that era where we actually had, owned a pinball machine when we were growing up. It was
sweet.
Down that my dad, they gave my dad, and he brought it home, and we played the hell out of it, dude. I mean, it was I don't think it was like any theme. I think it was just a standard, but yeah, bro. I mean, I was, I was famous, in the neighborhood for a while, man. Everybody loved me, so
No doubt.
I'll
No
take
doubt.
that.
Pinball machines are great because you actually have to be kind of like hand-eye coordinated.
Bro.
I remember back in the day, you tell, oh, this kid plays video games all day. Like, oh, what's the point? You know what I mean? And they say, oh, he's got great hand-eye coordination. And you look at him and you just go smack, and you just smack him across the face, and they just and you're like, where was your reaction time on that one, dude?
You're a little too
You know
slow.
what I mean? But then they come to the pinball machines and they suck.
Yeah.
These kids, they suck so bad at pinball because they, it requires a little bit of skill and coordination, and video games nowadays are kind of annoying the way you just walk around a map, and then when you get to a point, it says, do you want to fight this person? And all you got to do to fight the motherfucker is press X. You know what I mean? And just watch it. And you're sitting there going, this is a video game?
Man, I was gonna say, we used to live next door to a convenience store. This is like, I mean, during that time when we owned that pinball, but when we didn't, I was next door playing Miss Pac-Man. I was playing Donkey Kong. I was playing Tetris, which I still freaking give credit to because of everything I've done in life when it comes to loading and unloading trucks at the post office to delivering furniture, bro. Like it's just one of those things that, like you said, man, because it's like, the whole thing with trust, at least for myself, was that I would look at the top and I would always be like one step ahead. Like I wouldn't be looking at the bottom. I would glance and then I would look up and just start, like in my head, already start changing, sides, angles, and I mean it was tough, man. I mean, as soon as it started picking up momentum, bro. Whew.
So much life skills and life experiences and just simple game of Tetris.
Yeah.
Watching ahead, planning ahead, coordination. I mean, that's a real game. Man, I sound like a 90-year-old, man. These kids don't know what they're doing. They just press X.
Yard. But yeah, bro, I would get a kick. I wonder, have you had any like younger, I guess, kids or people in their 20th trying to play the pinball? I mean, is it different? Can you tell? Do you like notice like, damn, okay, they're not coordinated?
Well, yeah. They have fun, and that's all that matters. And you could tell we get the pinball pros in here.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell the difference. But it's all good. The only thing that gets kind of obnoxious is when they start, like, they don't know to press the start button. So they just keep pumping in quarters. Next thing you know, they press start a few times, and then it's a 4-player game for them all of a sudden. And they play a couple balls, and they're like, okay, they want to move on to something else. And they've got like 4 players worth of balls to get rid of, because without having to turn the machine off and turn it back on, you got to sit there and drain all the balls and get rid of them. It's kind of a pain in the cheeks, but no, you could definitely tell the difference. And these machines, we're fortunate that pretty much the main guy for pinball machines in San Antonio, his name's Mike. He has a bunch of machines over at a coffee shop called What's Brewing off of San Pedro in San Antonio. And he services our machines over here as well. So the quality's good because you can go. I remember many a laundromat you go to and, your ball gets stuck and they can't help you. They don't care. You know what I mean? Or this stopped working or this isn't working. And they just say, I don't care. You know what I mean? But these machines are actually well maintained and, they're smooth plays.
No, for sure, man. And you see, and I was gonna say too, I'm from that era where, as soon as I would show up, man, I would put a quarter, my quarter up because I was next, right? So, I mean, during that time that I was playing, I was so good, man, that kids would come in and see me and they would leave. They knew I was gonna be there like playing 1 quarter, bro. I'd be there for like 2-3 hours, man. No joke, bro. I mean,
when I go into arcades, people leave too, but not for that reason.
They're like, oh, this guy has damn CDs, right? You're like, hey.
Exactly.
Man, and somebody on Instagram, man. I mean, of course, when it comes to your handle on Instagram, it is under the same name. I mean, it's Facebook, Instagram, website, so everything's easy, right? Michael's Horror and Pins.
Yep. Yep. That should do it. And, it's 2025. I mean, like, you want it to be as simple as possible, but
Oh,
at the same time, anyone who wants to find you is going to find you. You know what I mean? So I mean, maybe it's just me being an old geezer or something and not respecting how important your internet presence is and your professionalism and all this stuff. I got to level with you, man. I mean, like, the second it starts to feel like a business or a job, I'll probably leave. You know what I mean? I'll probably go do something else. Take the pinball machines back to the house, take my collection, and go rock and roll. Because this is for fun. This is a passion project, and we're fortunate enough to be able to pump quite a bit of bucks into it for the sake of the community having more fun and things
no.
like that.
And I was gonna
So
say, man. I mean, I was gonna say on my behalf, man. I thank you for your passion project, bro. Because of course, it's opportunities like these for us to be able to go and meet people.
yeah,
One of the big conventions. I mean, this is like we said, it's up the road when it comes to San Antonio, man. You're up there on the north east side.
yeah, yep. It's pretty much northeast corner of San Antonio, but yeah, it's a great clique of horror fans. It's kind of like I don't want to sound all cliche and lame, but it is kind of like a family unit.
Yeah.
And you start getting familiar with all these people because I would set up a booth at one of the Kings of Horror events at the Wonderland of America's Mall. And, just with some pictures of the shop so people can, I can show people about it, get them over to the shop. But you get to know a ton of them. And then you realize there's some straight up regulars, you know what I mean, that are just at everything that happens. And that's what's cool about Danielle Harris. I was getting her here regardless of any of that because I personally need her to sign a bunch of my albums, and it's just easier to have her come to the shop and kill two birds with one stone. But the thing is, I was curious, like, isn't she in San Antonio area like all the time? You know what I mean? Like, she's at the mall at least once or twice a year. She's at the worst case in Bastrop or Austin or all these different places. Isn't it like saturated? And then you see, oh my God, these same people will come every single time because she's just such a great person to be around. And she does a real good job. She might not be acting. She's probably a genuine person, but if she is doing it for the business side of it, like, my hat's off to her. What a professional. Because these people love her and they think she loves them too. So
You see,
everybody's
I think,
happy.
like you said, I mean, after a while, it just becomes like seeing an old friend. I mean, you're seeing so much after a
Mhm.
while, you're like, oh, so and so's gonna be here. Like, you got to go and say hi. For the most part,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I hear from a lot of these guests, man, is that when people go, they kind of stay away so far because I guess they don't want to be like, hey, are you gonna pay, or hey, are you gonna do this? And a lot of them are like, man, just come say hi, man. Just say what's up. I mean, they are there for a reason, of course, to do their meet and greet. But at the same time, it's like I think it was Robert Muke that was just like, man, we're it's like I feel like we have the plague or something. Like everybody's like 30 feet away. They don't want to get close, and yeah, but even him himself and others that I've been around, they're like, man, hey, come over here, guys. Like, just say what's up, man. Like,
Well,
yeah.
that dude, whether he was famous or not, is gonna have people standing
Oh
30
yeah.
feet back. That dude's a monster.
Well, I will say this, man. When I first met him, he was sitting down, and I'm like, okay. He gets up, and I'm like, holy crap! Like when he's sitting
Yeah.
down, of course, you don't think like, oh man, this guy's like a freaking monster, man. But yeah, he got up, and I'm like, I kept looking up. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, like,
Yeah, he's a big
smart
dude.
individual, man.
Super
Cool.
cool dude,
Yeah,
though.
heck yeah, definitely. And Danielle Harris too, man. I mean, I've been out there. I've met her twice, so of course, with her being out there on the first, at your what's going to be the time frame? Let me ask you that for her.
I don't want to misquote, but I believe it's 12 to 5.
12 to 5. Okay. And of
Yeah.
course, VIP, that's going to guarantee them.
That guarantees you getting right on in, and it also gets the signature taken care of, and if you do the math, by the time you get to the table on some of these celebrities, you're like, oh my god, they're pretty much charging the same price as the VIP was. Should have got the VIP.
No, yeah.
So I recommend the VIP. I couldn't, and there's the other side of it where I'm trying to get them sold so that it's a success.
Right.
But for me, it's not about the money with this place. Like I said, I don't need this to be a successful event. I just need it to be fun
Right.
and, have a good time and things like that. And if, I can end up breaking even or even profiting, hell yeah. The only thing is, obviously, wouldn't it be such a great world if these things were just a money making success like every time, and then you can just do it every week, just get somebody new. And that's the thing about me. That's why I really hope this thing catches on and starts getting big crowds to these events, because the names of some of the people that I can get in here are like big names. And I'm fortunate in my other businesses to be able to fund these bigger names. And because you're talking about 6 figures for some of these guys.
Oh yeah.
But like, how badass would it be to get someone like Corey Taylor or Robert England or Elvira, some of these bigger names?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah, I want to get. That's my goal right now too. Is Alice Cooper? That would be sweet.
Oh, sweet, man.
That would be sweet.
Okay, sure. I can see that. I'm pretty sure he'd probably get on stage and sing a little something too, man.
Oh, see, that's the thing. How badass is that?
Bro.
Get them to join you on stage and stuff like that. And I was even thinking about this the other day at the Chainsaw Massacre event. I was like, I could force my guitar playing on these people. I could just go turn on the amp and just start fucking rocking some Ted Nugent tunes or some shit in the hopes that everybody go, hey, that's really good. You know what I mean? But
yeah, dude, they're gonna want to jump along. So yeah, that's makes sense, dude. Of course, and then that's one of the things too, because when it comes to your spot, man, there's music, there's games, and there's horror, man. There's so many things that like I said, we all grew up watching, playing, listening to, so going out there, it's just there's a lot to see. And I think at one point we had what you had mentioned as far as expanding. that was like in the same building, right? Or was
that's the goal. The goal is to outgrow this place completely. And it would be so beneficial to put it in a place like downtown. You know what I mean? Somewhere that's going to get like drive-by traffic, people, a busy area. This gets decent amount of traffic, but at the same time, you know what I mean? You're kind of tucked away over here and you're in the middle of a bunch of industrial stuff. So people they don't know what to make of it sometimes. Now, I've had so many people come in here and say, I've driven by this place 1,000 times and I'm always curious what's in here. I assumed that you guys sell pinball machines. And you're like, oh no. Like, how do you advertise? How do you get it out there? This is starting to feel like a job. Fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, so we do our best. And if nobody shows up, cool. We love it. We love it either way. We prefer people come hang out with us and stuff, jam some tunes, play some pinball, stuff like that. And we do on Fridays, actually. That's been very successful. We've been having a bunch of people get together doing an open jam night with the musicians and stuff like that. So Friday nights, that's when they come in. The cool thing about this place is it's a BYOB. Like you guys can bring drinks. I can't drink. I had to quit because I was too good at it.
Oh,
so
man. That's
yeah. Too good at it. Actually, my retirement day from drinking is actually findable on the internet. If you go look for a podcast that I did where I was T-rashed.
Oh, shit.
And oh man, it was so much fun. I don't want to stray too far from the points here, but You know, when you're drinking and you're like you're partying, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh my god, that was crazy. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh shit, I got to apologize to a couple people and I got to fix the wall, but it was a lot of fun. You know what I mean? And I thought that, but then when you do it on a scale where the world can see you,
Oh yeah.
they don't get it. Like they don't get that. I was like a jackass kind of drinker where I just wanted to party and be insane and do shit people would never believe I would do, say shit people would never think I would say. But then it backfired because as I'm joking around having the time of my life, I mean, people are taking it very seriously, and it was bad. But it's a fun little scavenger hunt for you guys.
There you go. And I was gonna say to you, man, my thing in life was, you know, I would always tell people, like, they would come up to me and like, hey man, you said it, you said this. And I said, you know what? That was drunk Mario. I'm sober Mario, man. I said, you take it up with him. I said, because he's not here right now. You know,
Right.
I mean, I was, yeah, bro. I mean, I used to love to consume alcohol too. So, you know, I've been there, done that. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. You know what? I mean, see, you don't drink anymore, man. Next time I go out there, I'll drink a soda with you, man. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I don't mind those. What do you call those? Double zeros.
Oh yeah, those two. Shoot.
It was so bad that, you know, there's no problem with, I've never had too much trouble quitting an addiction, but at the same time, like you want to respect it. So you don't want to go like crazy because you got certain elements of addiction, like the procedure, the formula of what you're doing, you know, is sometimes means something. So coming home from a hard day's work, for example, and wanting to crack open a beer and sit there and watch TV, those are the moments you miss drinking. So for those occasions, I get non-alcoholic beers, right? But what I wasn't aware of is that some of these non-alcoholic beers are called near beers because they have like 0.0001% alcohol in them. And it was so bad that the old lady saw that I was drinking one that wasn't 00 because I didn't know any better. She's like, oh hell no. And she took it from me and took the rest of the pack and poured it out like a
Man.
mother style. I was like, yeah, I get it. Damn it. She's right. God, I wish I wouldn't have been so crazy because now she's got me by the nuts.
Yeah, now you can't do anything, man. But I mean, but it's good that she's keeping an eye on you, though, man. You know, you
Yeah,
don't want to
no,
be
it's the best thing that ever happened to me. One of the best things, believe me. And plus, you know, when you get into your 40s, I was in my late 30s when I quit drinking, but I was noticing a hangover every fucking day. Like it used to be as long as you stayed away from liquor or as long as you drink a glass of water before bed, there's all the different ways to do it, but didn't matter.
Yeah.
I woke up with a damn hangover every morning, and that shit gets old, as
Yeah.
people probably are aware.
I think my thing was like drinking a beer the next day as soon as I woke up just to keep it going, man. Because I knew I'd be hurting. But yeah, that's not smart. You know, don't do that, kids.
The hair of the dog action.
Man, but of course, man. I mean, Danielle Harris. You know, she's
Yeah.
coming up February 1st. I mean, of course, you know she's going to be out there. VIP tickets, like you said, they're on your website, and that's are actually posted on this, and I'll make sure it's linked up on the post as well. When it comes to Kane Hodder, I mean, of course, he's going to be here. I think I saw the post. He's only going to be here Saturday and Sunday, or I think you guys have posted Friday also.
No, just Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Friday is Valentine's Day.
Right. I just didn't know because I saw that and I was like, oh damn, I guess he's gonna be out here. And of course, you don't need a date to go to this event either, right? It's gonna be just show up.
That's right. That's right. It's preferred the more the merrier. So bring everyone, bring your Valentine, and buy them a nice VIP package for Valentine's Day. They'll love you.
Perfect gift, definitely.
And it really is. And I try my best not to sound douchey. You know what I mean? But this really is like my ability to make my childhood dreams just come true. Like having Danielle Harris come here and having Kane Hodder come here and the Chainsaw Massacre event. And we got a lot more people on the brew I'm excited to talk about, but I don't want to jinx it. So, but but it's just living out my wildest dreams as a kid. And you think, oh my God, if I would have gone to 12-year-old Mike and said, you're gonna have an album and Danielle Harris is gonna do one of the songs, you'd be like, the fuck you say, right? And you'd want to fast forward right to that present day.
No,
So,
yeah, that's true, man. Well,
so that's
cool.
really what it is all about for me, is just like I said, if nobody was showed up, or I would even have an event without telling anybody about it. Just I don't care. Just if I need 5 hours at a time with this celebrity, they just got to kind of chat with me while they're here, and there's no one else. I just have them come and not advertise. I have a full-blown Spinal Tap moment where they're sitting at a table and there's just nobody here. But then, especially like the Danielle Harrises of the world, you remember the movie Spinal Tap, when they're not there, Paul Schaefer gets up and says, "It's my fault. Go ahead. I want you to spank me." I do that same thing. I'd be like, "I'm so sorry, Miss Danielle. I didn't do a good job of promoting. It's my fault. So you could just spank me if you want." You know what I mean? So.
And I was gonna say too, man, that'd be like you can host an event and buy all the VIPs. That way nobody else can go, right? It'd be like, we're sold out, guys. Sorry,
Exactly. But it's really cool that, and I'm blessed to have the ability to do some of these things. But it's hokey and corny, but I really wish it takes off and becomes a success, and we build our little following, at least enough in town to make these a success. Because like I said, man, we can get some big names in here, and it'd be rad.
I was gonna say too, man, because one of the things that I've done, or I do, like when it comes to going to locations, is actually looking at the traffic. Like you said, I mean, because you guys are in a high traffic area. The only thing that I noticed was that because it is industrial and like all the rigs are hauling ass and nobody slows down. It's like before they know it, they pass you up, and it's one of those where it's like, next time. And,
but I got an answer to that. I just gotta talk the old lady into let me spend $3,000 on this thing. There's a 50-foot inflatable Michael Myers.
Oh, dude, yes.
That thing, you remember the shop? That thing is about 20 feet taller than the roof. Jeez. And that'll fucking draw attention right there. People have to come see what's going on with that.
It might cause a few accidents for rubbernecking, but hey,
right. Oh man,
that's true, man. I mean, because the sign and everything it runs with the traffic, so you can't really see it. So yeah, you would need something to stand out, whether it be up front, like a flag that says "Hard here" or something, or the name of the shop, of course, but something that gets their attention before they get to that turn, because the street does turn some. So, but yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot, there's a lot of traffic out there, man. Like I said, I used to live out there. I mean, the high school is right down the street or across the street.
Yeah.
All the shops, all the stores. I mean, they're, it's just I say good old fashioned footwork and just go around passing out flyers, man. Go to the neighborhoods and just
old school. Yeah.
That's what it would take, man. But bro, I mean, of course, like you said, this is a passion project, man. I mean, for one thing, I mean, I know you would enjoy it. I mean, obviously, but I do hope that people do turn out, show up, and support, because I would love to be able to go out there and hang out with Robert Englund, man. I'm just throwing that out there, man.
Yeah, get some of those monsters names out here. Yeah, no, that's the dream. So we'll make it happen, though, no doubt. It's just I have a new passion project in mind of what I want to do, and I think it's going to benefit this place and what we're doing. I really want, and this is probably going to happen later this year, maybe early next year. I'm looking into getting a venue, like a full-blown, like theater-sized venue, like a touring band would come play at, and there you can have 2,000 people in there and all that jazz. So yeah, we got our eyes open looking for something to get that started, and because then it'd be just like bringing celebrities here, only you're bringing bands to play at your place. Next thing you know, all those 80s bands that I'd be embarrassing to admit I listened to, I could get them to my venue to jam for fucking $500 and free beer. You know what I mean? So
no, I mean that's true, man. And let me ask you, I mean, something like this, you're gonna keep it in Converse, or where are you planning on going?
I love Converse, and the economic department, economic development committee, Kat and a few of them, they're great people to work with, and they're nothing but supportive. I mean, when I give them a press release for one of these events, they put it in magazines. I mean, I see it everywhere in town. They really do. And there's a charm to being in Converse versus like San Antonio, which is like a major city, because like you become friends with the mayor. Like I fixed his car, and we became friends, and you get to know the big wigs in town, and a lot of networking.
I'm pretty sure he's regretting that now, but yeah. He's all like, no, but you know what though, man? I have worked. I was a postal employee 15 years. I was able to work in Divine, Texas, for almost a year. I was out there delivering mail. And when I got there, it was so freaking small town. I loved it, bro. It was like everybody literally knew everybody. Everybody was cousins. Like I deliver mail, and I'm like, dude, this is Daniel Garcia over there. Oh, that's my cousin. And I'm like,
oh,
okay.
right on.
But and the one of the funniest thing that I would see is the front of the paper, right? Front news, man. It'd be like, so and so pulled over drunk in front of his house, and the guy's like on the porch, like drunk as hell, dude. And I'm like, bro, that shit would make the front page. And so and so's cat had kittens, and I'm like, God damn, like that's a big news, But
yeah,
but it does work in your favor because you're doing what you're doing. That's gonna get everybody's attention, so they're gonna want to put you up there, So that's smart. I like that.
I'm trying to get so much attention to this place. I'm working on a reality show idea, kind of documenting everything. But the issue I'm having there is the legality, because everything is like a brand in here, and if you're paying attention, you don't see too many Halloween posters in the background of things, because you kind of got to get permission for all that shit.
Yeah.
And could you imagine? Trying to get permission for all these different brands.
Like different lawsuits.
Yeah. See, I don't need that. You know what I mean? So, but no, it's a cool town, it's a cool area. But like I said, I would like to outgrow the place, maybe even have like multiple locations. You know what I mean?
Damn. Okay. We're looking at franchise too, man.
Hey, that would be great. That would be great. I'll level with you 100%, since we're pals, me and you and everybody else. I don't recommend it from a financial standpoint. Don't fucking put yourself in a horror box, right? So even if you're gonna open a toy store, don't force yourself into one category, because now, like, if I wanted to treat this like a business and start making money, I'd be wanting to bring in like superhero stuff, you know what I mean? And even I would never do it, but anime stuff, if you wanted to make money, you could host Magic the Gathering tournaments or whatever, and that's a big crowd. And there's all kind of things I could do, but no, I'm the horror and pinball guy.
No, and it's true, man. I mean, I've been to conventions, and these anime conventions are freaking nuts, bro. Like,
yeah.
I get there and I'm like, Jesus Christ, and I go just because some of the vendors still go out there and sell product, But I'm like, God damn, dude, there's a lot of freaking traffic, But yeah, it's not something that I follow, that I watch, that I So
right.
More props to them. I mean, I'll stick to my horror, and that's it, Keep
well, if someone is dying to open up a horror store, the only advice I have for them is don't sell nothing but like trick or treat, or because I mean, you're not gonna win. Target is going to get everything before you. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna. It's not an easy gig. So I would recommend selling niche stuff that they can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Whoop. Looks like it's time for the Mike Show. we'll take an opportunity to peruse around the shop while he gets situated. We got some pinball machine action, a finite amount of space. This is another reason I'm talking about trying to expand to get a bigger venue so I can have more. Got all kinds of stuff in here. This is something I'm very proud of that is still pretty intact from when I first opened, is my Halloween VHSs and DVDs. There's that section of them. Here's this section of them. And here's our pal. Then we'll just take a mosey around. Do, 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 do. I got to remember not to walk too fast, because every time I look back at this kind of stuff, it's blurry. Here is, let's see. Can you see it? Yep, there we go. There's Nick Castle's personal copy of Halloween on Laserdisc that he signed over and gave to me. We got all kind of major collectibles, especially if you're a Halloween nut, you know what some of this stuff is. Which is kind of the pain in the cheeks. The only thing that sucks about having these kind of things in your store is the lay person that comes in and doesn't know, for example, what a Mondo poster is, right? So they say, oh, that's a cool poster. How much for that? And you're like, that's a $250 poster. And they look at you like you're nuts. It's like, I'm not nuts. It's everywhere else but me. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the fun stuff. Hop up there, jam some guitars for people. We have a great time. Those chairs are occupied when we do it. Bow, 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 bow. Run out of things to do. Look at this thing. This thing, you can type in just about anything. It has it. There's like over 20,000 legit games on this thing.
There you go. There you go. You got quarters in here, man. I was already getting my pocket full of quarters, bro. I was like, go. But my man, bro, I don't know what it is. I think it's a conspiracy. Maybe the town next over trying to shut you down. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it's stickers and stars.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, man. But bro, yes, February 1st, I do plan on stopping by.
Great.
Those that are out there, I mean, of course, go to the website, get the VIP package.
Yes.
Kane Hodder as well. The VIP packages are available on your website for those following. Make sure and follow this guy on his social media outlet. You know, when it comes to Michael's Heart and Pins, it's going to be on all handles, Facebook, Instagram. Are you guys on TikTok?
No.
Okay.
That's me being old and not hip and joining the times just yet. But I'll no doubt be there at some point. I mean, you have to, right? That's what it seems.
Yeah. I'm on there, but it's just I do something else other than, I just throw something out there just to have it. But yes, it's good traffic nonetheless. But
yeah,
man, I do appreciate you, bro. And of course, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. I probably didn't pay my bill, honestly. I'll call the internet service right now. But I do thank you, brother. And anything you want to say before we wrap this up, bro?
Yeah, like just to kind of, well, I don't want to reiterate what we've already said. Drive fast and take chances.
There you go.
And listen to metal.
Yeah.
Preferably Malicide. MALICIDE. And make sure to go out, pick up their debut album featuring Miss Danielle Harris.
There you go.
Right on track number 6.
Sweet, man. Well, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to get her to do that. I mean, because of course that's one for keeps, obviously, right? I mean, that's something that you're going to cherish, and it's going to be forever. So that's great. But my man, I do appreciate you jumping on here. I apologize once again. I do plan on bringing you back, man. So of course, after the 1st of February, we'll talk again. But
cool, brother. Anytime you're ready. I love gabbing.
Got it, man. Don't hang up yet, bro. Everybody out there, of course, once again, this is Spider Coming Soon Podcast. As always, till next time, follow up.